Here they are again. Interest rates. Here we go. So US dollar LIBOR. I'll write it that way instead of euro dollar so that you can find it when you're looking in the FT there. And US dollar LIBOR overnight rate is 0.1509. Okay. And then a little farther down, we see US overnight repo, 0.31. And then a little farther down, Fed funds effective, 0.16. Okay. What I'm showing in this graph up here, this is from a paper I wrote before the crisis. And it was a thing I developed actually from this lecture and when I used to teach money and banking before the crisis, in which the typical relationship of interest rates in these three rates was that the repo was the lowest rate. Repo was lowest, Fed funds was the next, and LIBOR was above that, okay? That's not the relationship we have here now, okay? Repo is above Fed funds. And I developed a whole elaborate story, which we'll talk here, about why it is that repo is less than Fed funds. What's the story there? Somebody came up after lecture last time and said, what's all that about? Repo is greater than Fed funds, but you said it was a secured rate. Okay, so it's safer. Why is it higher interest to borrow in the repo market when it's secured than in the Fed fund markets when it's unsecured? You would think there would be a credit spread or something like that. So I've done some thinking about that, and I have some things that I'll come to the end to say about that. It is unusual. It is very unusual, and that's what this diagram is showing you. This is a whole year of and what this graph is showing you is the difference between the Fed funds target. So it's not the effective, it's not a market rate, it's the official rate. Fed funds target minus the Eurodollar rate. Okay, and the Fed funds target minus the RP rate, repurchase agreement rate. And you can see there that typically this number, okay, Fed funds target minus repo, okay, that number is typically positive. Okay, you can see it's above the line there. And that number is typically negative. It's mostly below the line. Okay, so that's in accord with that relationship I told you. Okay, that's usually Eurodollars highest, then Fed funds, then repo. There are these sort of spikes down here. These are all moments. This is a period from mid-2005 to mid-2006 when the Fed was tightening. It was tight, so the Fed funds target is marching up in stairway fashion. And I left it this way so that you can see that basically the market anticipates this. Okay, it sees that the target is probably going to go up, and so the market interest rates go up before that. And that's what you're seeing, these downward spikes. Okay, the market interest rates go up before, and so you get a negative in both of these. Fed funds effective, in fact, marches up with the market rates as well. But in general, there was that pattern. That pattern is now broken.